A very good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us on Midday Live. This is the last edition for the month of March. My name is Nanikia Mensah Brampa, and coming up this afternoon, governments in West Africa urged to increase investment into maritime security. Also, Food and Drugs Authority appeals to general public not to patronize farmers, Deli, Vienna. And on the foreign front, Nobel Peace Prize winner Malala returns to hometown in Pakistan for first time since shooting. Why, so thanks for staying with us. We're streaming live on Facebook as TV3 Ghana, also on DSTV channel 279. To the detail now, in a portion of the NEMA gutter in Accra, close to the Youngsters Senior High School that caved in during the June 3, 2015 disaster is yet to be reconstructed. Residents say with the rainy season approaching, flooding looms in the area and want city authorities to improve the drainage system.
Portions of this gutter that runs from NEMA through Mamobi and its environs caved in on June 3, 2015. 3 years on, the gutter is yet to be fixed. The gutter in question has also been turned into a refuse dump in the area, and the stench emanating from it is unbearable. According to the residents, several attempts to get city authorities to reconstruct the gutter has been unsuccessful.
The gutter is breaking down because it's about more than 30 years now since they constructed the gutter, and it has become very weak, so it's breaking into the gutter. So we are appealing to him, the president. He should come to our aid.
With the rainy season gradually approaching, they live in constant fear of a looming disaster in the area.
Last year, what happened is serious.
Last year, it rained heavily here. We were all scared the area will be flooded. The situation is very dangerous. A lot of school children use this road every day. I'm scared one of them might fall in the gutter. It is very frightening.
This road in the area that links Ring Road Central to NEMA, Mamobi and Newtown has also started to erode as a result of the development. This residents' fear endangers their lives, considering the road's proximity to the gutter. With the meteorological agency predicting more rains in the southern sector this year, residents in this area fear it could deteriorate further and cause damage.
You could come from the house and you could see the motor riders. A lot of them, predominant of them, ply this road. So you could see that coming from the gate and they come in, they want to secure their way. Also want to come from your house. You don't know who is coming. Ended up colliding with them.
It is hoped city authorities will step in to improve upon the drainage system to avert another disaster in waiting.
Samuel, the Executive Director at the Center for Maritime Law and Security Africa, is calling for more investments from government in West Africa into maritime security. Speaking to TV3 News, Naval Captain Dr. Kamaldeen Ali said this is needed to combat the growing trend of pirate attacks in West Africa.
In the case of the west coast of Africa, most of the high-profile piracy incidents are conducted from ex-Niger Delta militants in Nigeria. If you went back to the history of the Niger Delta militancy, what we call the Movement for Emancipation of Niger Delta, and the fact that that particular group disbanded in quotes in and about 2012, they stopped officially the war on land, which concurrently they conducted along the craigs and maritime coastal areas. So these militants have largely turned themselves into a piracy enterprise. In the case of West Africa, because we have sovereign states that are stable, as compared to Somalia in 2006, where we didn't have a government, you cannot have a comparative UN Security Council resolution ordering the presence of foreign presence in our waters. Okay. So what it means is that the countries in the region will have to deal with the issue. and they deal with that issue within their own strength, but also within the weaknesses that exist in their law enforcement capabilities. Surveillance is important, so you must continue to survey the maritime domain, increase your maritime domain awareness, your awareness of what is happening, your capability to deploy at sea and do that quickly, and be able to interdict or intercept a piracy vessel. Maritime operations are very expensive, so as countries we must invest in that and also address serious governance and legal deficits that we have in the whole spectrum.
And Minister for the Interior, Deli, has urged the Ghana Immigration Service to step up its border patrols and controls to protect the territorial integrity and security of the country. He was speaking at the graduation ceremony of Cadet Intake 10 at the Immigration Service Academy and Training School at Asim Fosu in the Central Region.
The Ghana Immigration Academy and Training School was commissioned in 2001 and has trained both recruits of the Bureau of Immigration and officer cadets of the service. The 10th intake comprised of 185, made up of 122 males and 63 females, passed out as senior officers. Interior Minister Deli charged security operatives to be abreast with modern techniques and best practices to enable them have command over their jobs.
It is therefore my firm belief that the 4 months intensive training that they have undergone have given them additional skills and critical competencies needed to transition into the full-fledged senior officers with a high level of regimental discipline and excellence.
He implored the graduating cadets to be professional and also help to support in the fight against irregular migration. The Interior Minister again reiterated government's commitment to adequately resource the Ghana Immigration Service to deliver on its mandate.
I am glad to inform you that the government has recently provided the service with 10 Toyota Hilux pickups, 20 all-terrain vehicles, ATVs, and 25 motorbikes to enhance its operation.
Frank Ode Opare won overall Best Cadet Officer, with Joseph Odate Lamte awarded the Most Disciplined Cadet Officer, while Daniel Osifo Doi won the Best in Academics.
And 2 non-governmental organizations have intensified campaigns to end illegal migration in Africa. More than 4,000 African migrants have died in the last 4 years attempting to cross the Mediterranean Sea to Europe.
More Africans continue to leave the continent through illegal unapproved routes to Europe in search for better living conditions, but majority of these immigrants perish in the course of their voyage, either in the Sahara Desert or on the Mediterranean Sea. An international organization for migration, IOM, study indicates that more than 22,500 migrants have died or disappeared globally since 2014, with more than half of them perishing while attempting to cross the Mediterranean. The study also indicates that during the first 5 months of 2016, 205,858 migrants reached Europe via the Mediterranean, with 2,512 dying in the process. Last year, 71,029 migrants and refugees crossed the Mediterranean to enter Europe. 1,650 died in the process. Other African migrants who attempt going to Europe through Libya are subjected to intense violence and exploitation by hardened criminals. In a bid to avert the trend, Organization for Migrants and Non-Immigrants for African Education in collaboration with Do Good Foundation have commenced a campaign both home and abroad to dissuade Africans from leaving the continent through hazardous routes. As part of the campaign, skills training will be offered to some youth in the country.
From our project, identification of community challenges on migration made us to, or helped us to record over 3.2 million data of unemployed youth in Ghana. To motivate the African youth not to migrate is by empowering him so that he can fit into the Ghanaian labor markets.
Kenan Rabino is a partner.
Not because the European are not opening their doors. It's because first the way to get there is a very dangerous way. And when they get to the countries, not all Europeans are opening the doors, and then they are illegal, and then they have all those problems. So this is a real big issue. So first we need to tell the young people the dangers of it.
The collaborating organization will require African governments support to effectively make impact on the illegal migration.
Let's turn our attention to the eastern region now, where the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture intends to establish a school at Shai Osudoku to train more Ghanaian paragliding pilots. The sector minister was speaking at the opening of the 13th annual Kwewu paragliding on the mountain in the Kwewu East district of the eastern region.
This year, 10 pilots from across the world, including one solo Ghanaian, will fly patrons for the 4 days of the paragliding festival. Security personnel from the military, police, ambulance service were at hand. At about 10:30 a.m., the first flight set off amidst the thick fog. Some pilots carefully took their strides and struggled a bit to keep balance before flying off. Patrons would enjoy a thrilling sight above the Adrianoma mountain before landing at the Nkoko Sports Stadium at a cost of 250 Ghana cedis. The Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister, Catherine Afeko, at the official opening announced the establishment of a training center at Shai Osudoku in the Greater Accra region. She added that of the huge patrons that paragliding aviation attracts over the world, Ghana attracts just a small percentage and hopes with the addition of more facilities, the paragliding festival will get better.
Paragliding as an aviation sport has over 400,000 participants globally. What we are getting in Ghana is just a drop in the ocean. But if we expand, if we do better marketing strategies, if we extend it beyond Easter, have other dates and market it fully, we can have more than just one event, and the pilots are ready to travel this journey with us.
This year, the takeoff site has been expanded, a pavilion added, and other facilities as promised by the ministry last year. The Eastern Region Minister, Eric Dafoe, was hopeful all activities in the Kwewu Enclave will be integrated to make it more attractive. The acting CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Ajiman, said his outfit will continue to do more to develop the adventure sports and urge the private sector to partner with them. The 4-day activity is expected to boost the local economy of the Kwewu area. The theme for this year's paragliding is "You Too Can Fly."
Quite an experience there, but let's talk about health now. And if he is unable to raise $25,000 within the next few weeks, it's sure death for 36-year-old native of Cape Coast. Thomas suffers acute kidney failure and will need a transplant, the only option to survive. But his survival will depend on the philanthropy of many like you.
Thomas, like many, discovered he had kidney failure after a wrong diagnosis.
The whole thing started like malaria sort of. So I fell sick and I was admitted at the hospital, and I was wondering what kind of malaria that they keep treating and it wasn't going.
He has lived with kidney failure for the last 5 years and presently survives on the expensive procedure of dialysis 3 times a week. However, doctors say he urgently requires a kidney transplant. Maintaining a dry weight of 65 kg is key to improving his health. He has to shed some 5 kg of fluid, but Khan's kidneys won't allow him. Thomas currently weighs 70 kg.
The point is the kidneys are failed. His condition is a chronic one.
I'm hoping and praying that I get a transplant.
Kidney failure treatment without support is a death sentence. But Khan is fortunate. Family and friends are supporting. Thomas now requires help to enable him undergo a kidney transplant in India.
We raised something, but it wasn't able to undertake the transplant. So those monies were used by Thomas Khan on the dialysis. And remember, the dialysis, you have to come, I think, thrice every week.
The cost of dialysis in Ghana is killing patients battling the disease.
Even get the transplant is very, very expensive, and therefore it makes it, virtually impossible for a lot of them. At a point, you'd realize you can sell your whole mansion for the dialysis and still would have to continue. What happens after?
Media General is encouraging all well-meaning Ghanaians to assist raise $25,000 for a kidney transplant to help Khan live life and achieve his dreams and aspirations. Please pay your donations into the TV3 Social Support Fund account number 6010603927 at any Zenith Bank branch. You can also donate on mobile money number 0245 221555 or at the TV3 premises at Kanda in Accra.
Meanwhile, employees of Media General, parents company of TV3, on Wednesday, March 28, began an internal fundraising exercise to help raise 100,000 Ghana cedis to support a kidney transplant and treatment for their colleague and Central Regional Correspondent, Thomas Khan. Now, Mr. Khan was diagnosed with renal disease in 2013 and has since been on treatment, which the company has supported. His condition, however, deteriorated over the years, and he was diagnosed with end-stage renal disease requiring a kidney transplant to keep him alive. Friends and old schoolmates of Mr. Khan, who are independently leading a fundraising drive to raise 150,000 Ghana cedis to supplement the effort of his family and the company, sought the support of Media General to drive publicity for their fundraising effort, which has so far yielded 50,000 Ghana cedis. Now, to start off, employees of Media General have embarked on an internal campaign, which is #YesWeCan, to donate and raise 100,000 Ghana cedis to support the ongoing public fundraising drive. And employees of the company are encouraging all well-wishers who are touched by Thomas Khan's story to support the #YesWeCan campaign and to donate either to the MTN mobile number 0245 221555. The number again is MTN mobile number 0245 221555, or directly you can channel your donations to the premises of TV3. Remember, no amount is too small. Donate today to save the life of Thomas Khan. Away from that now, and Vision for Alternate Development, and NGO, is calling on the Food and Drugs Authority and other stakeholders to strictly enforce the country's tobacco laws to discourage the underage from smoking.
Article 9 of the Public Health Act 2012, among other things, prohibits smoking in public places. It also bans adverts relating to tobacco and tobacco products, tobacco sponsorship, packaging and labeling to create the impression that tobacco is less harmful. Every year, 3,400 people die from tobacco-related diseases in Ghana alone. Vision for Alternative Development, VALD, is of the view the laxity in enforcement of laws is causing more young people to take up the habit.
School children are also exposed to candy cigarettes in the form of cigarettes aimed at encouraging new smokers. There are also open advertisements of cigarette products by shop owners and hawkers near schools, despite tobacco control and tobacco marketing restrictions in the country and many other African countries.
VALD identified factors such as the sighting of cigarette retailers close to schools and the sale of cigarettes in single sticks as the main causes of smoking among children. The sale of single sticks is regarded as a strategy used by tobacco companies to market their products in Africa. A survey by African Tobacco Control Alliance, ATCA, confirms that this practice makes cigarettes cheaper and consequently encourages the initiation of smoking among young people. Major tobacco multinationals are engaged in this practice. The group is asking the Food and Drugs Authority, the World Health Organization, Ministry of Health and all stakeholders to work together to fight the alarming situation.
You're watching Midday Live right here on TV3. We're taking a breather. When we return, there's more news. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
People pay attention.
Oh, my brother, I see you. I need to use your toilet.
Yes!
Let me just do it in the bush as usual.
Oh, Penny. Oh, Penny, I respect you, Penny. You can't leave your house and come and shit behind my compound. Ah, I have a toilet. Go and build yours. Oh, Penny Coco said she.
Oh, Penny, stop open defecation, Jai, and fatal.
This message is brought to you from the government of Ghana, UNICEF and partners.
Log on to www.3news.com for more news and updates of our major stories. Join us on Facebook 3newsgh for live streaming and comments on our page. Like and follow us on Twitter at 3newsgh and at 3sportsgh. Like our pictures on Instagram, TV3 Network. If you missed our live shows, watch a playback on YouTube, TV3GH. TV3, first in news, best in entertainment.
There are lots of amazing stories out there. What we do on News 360 is to bring to you the most compelling news by teasing out the right pieces that bring the stories to life. My job is to present to you the news in the most gripping manner and asking the critical questions that bring out the needed detail out of the stories. My name is Alfred Okanse. Join me on News 360. Monday through to Friday, 7 p.m. on air and online only on TV3.
You're watching Midday Live. Thanks for staying with us. And the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has signed an agreement with Apollonia City to build an industrial park here in Accra. The industrial park, which is to be located on a 1,000-acre land, is estimated to cost $300 million.
The Accra Industrial Park will be replicated in the other regions. The concept falls in line with government's initiative to establish multi-purpose industrial parks in each of the 10 regions of Ghana. The Association of Ghana Industries believes this should enhance the operations of local manufacturers to effectively address the country's economic challenges. The industrial park will be on 1,000 acres of land, together with investment and infrastructure, water, power, and other utilities. The CEO of Apollonia City, Bright Osa Mofa, stated that the industrial park is an urban management to create a supportive business environment.
And ballpark figure, we are looking at an investment of about $300 million. And feasibility studies. So the location of the park, for instance, is 22 kilometers to the port and approximately 30 kilometers to Accra CBD. So it's very strategically located in a sense that it's almost equidistant from NEMA and Accra. Now, having said that, I do agree there are some logistical challenges in the sense that, the infrastructure leading to the place will require some level of improvement, which is where we're hoping that together with AGI, government can come in and assist with improving infrastructure to the site.
Vice President of the Association of Ghana Industries, Humphrey Ayemdake, stressed the Industrial Park project is a private sector agreement.
We have established a few equity arrangements, and therefore that becomes the foundation to expand. Our foreign partners are also going to support us in bringing in some reasonable equity onto the table. We've structured it such that the private individuals that are into this engagement as various entities will also take up some equity in this structure. So we've formulated a very lovely structure that makes it very easy for all players within this engagement.
And chiefs of the Eastern region have resolved to capitalize on resources in the area to attract investments for the development of the various communities. This was made known at the media launch of the Eastern Star Awards and Expo 2018 at Patronize in the Eastern region.
The Eastern region is known for its natural resources and quality human resource. At a media launch of the Eastern Star Awards and Trade Expo, the chiefs of the Eastern region resolved to harness resources in the region for development. Panel member of the Eastern Star Awards, Humphrey Kwablatete, indicated Eastern region needs to be positioned to be investor attractive.
Ghana Beyond Aid is a slogan that we in the Eastern region have started from home. That we want to develop that mindset, that we don't want to depend too much also on central government for every activity. We want as Nananum to build our own capacity to solve our own problem. Hence the institution of Eastern Star Awards. As part of the awards, we are also adding what we call the Paramount Trade Expo.
He noted the chiefs are key in making Eastern region attractive to investors in order for the region to tap into the president's One District, One Factory agenda. Acting Managing Director of Graphic Communications Group, Ransford Tete, said resources should be used to create employment for the youth.
The resources that we have, let us use it to promote the development of our own community. When the community improves, our lives improve, and people are tempted then to stay in those communities. Today, if we went to places like Kumasi and Accra, you see our young people following after jobs that are non-existent.
A panel member of the Eastern Star Awards and the Trade Expo 2018, Nana Dr. Okrabedo III, noted Eastern region has what it takes to lead the industrialization process of the country.
It will promote unity, promote peace, promote businesses, and all the businesses in the Eastern region will come together to share their ideas at a forum that we will benefit as a group. As we come together from this Regional House of Chiefs, taking the role of leadership, definitely we will become the best.
The Trade Expo from May 17 to May 20 is to showcase the investment opportunities of the Eastern region. The climax is the Eastern Star Awards to honor outstanding citizens of the region, as well as non-citizens who have contributed to the development of the Eastern region. Media General is the electronic media sponsor of the Eastern Star Awards and Trade Expo.
And so let's talk about the policy rates now. And the reduction in the policy rate by the Bank of Ghana by 200 basis points has reignited the conversation on lending rates charged by commercial banks. Now, the policy rate has been reduced by 750 basis points since 2017. Now, here's a news desk report on the rate of reduction of the policy rate by the central bank so far.
For 2017 alone, the Bank of Ghana reduced its policy rate, which is the rate at which commercial banks borrow from the central bank, by 550 basis points. The rate dropped from 25.5% to 20%. This was subsequently maintained by the Monetary Policy Committee in January this year. But the annual percentage rates, APR, and average interest rates report shows that interest on loans for various categories averaged 30% as of January this year. For January 2018, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana attributed its decision to maintain the policy rate to its plan to reduce inflation to a target of 8% plus or minus 2 in the next few months. The reduction of the policy rate to 18% means there has been a 750 basis point reduction since 2017. Despite this significant reduction in the base rate, commercial banks' lending rates still remained high, averaging between 29.3% and 31.7% within the same period. In January, the Bank of Ghana governor ruled out the possibility of setting a limit on lending rates. It remains to be seen how banks will respond to this latest reduction.
Right, so stay with us. We'll be talking food safety and matters arising after this. Thanks for staying with us. Let's talk food now. And the Food and Drugs Authority is appealing to the general public not to patronize any farmers' Deli Vienna products should they find the products on the market. Now, this comes in the wake of listeriosis outbreak in South Africa linked to ready-to-eat meat products. And the FDA, in a statement, alerts the general public that farmers' Deli Vienna products have been affected by the listeria bacteria and therefore are on full recall regardless of their batch. Post-market surveillance activities nationwide and vigilance, according to the FDA, have been intensified at the various ports of entry. All farmers' Deli Vienna products from South Africa would be detained and the necessary regulatory actions would be taken. And joining us in the studios this afternoon to really look at how critical it is when it comes to this particular product is Maria Abalavlis Johnson, who is the head of the Food Safety Management Department's Food and Drugs Authority. Good afternoon to you. Madam, we're grateful for your time this afternoon. I haven't seen you the whole year. Say, is it Happy Easter?
Yes, Happy Easter.
Right, okay. Now let's look at the work of the FDA. Are you satisfied with the level of sensitization on this particular product, which has been put on recall as we speak?
Well, thank you very much. We're doing our best to sensitize people. So that is why we are telling them that they have to be careful of the meat products they eat, because there is listeriosis in South Africa and 2 companies have been implicated. That's Enterprise Foods, and with Enterprise Foods we have done a total recall of all the products. There isn't any on the market as we speak, on the Ghanaian market as we speak. We've recalled all, we have destroyed everything. And then just getting to the end of this week, another one came up, that's the Farmers Deli Vienna, and with that too we are in the process of doing the recall. So we haven't completed it, and now we have the Easter break, so we thought it's wise to tell the general public that this is what is there, this is what we are doing. We haven't concluded on our findings, as in getting where the products have gone to, and we haven't done a total recall. So beware of what you eat. So if you find the Farmers Deli Vienna meat products, please do not go near them.
But one would want to know why you are recalling this particular product. Why is it really necessary, Farmers Deli Vienna products?
Because it's been implicated. You know, the Food and Drugs Authority Ghana is on a platform or a certain network known as the International Food Safety Authorities Network. All the food safety authorities worldwide are on that network. So if anything happens, we are all alerted, and we know that this is what is happening in South Africa now, and we do get some imports from South Africa. So if it says that there is any now in the country, we as the Food and Drugs Authority, we are doing the recall. We are getting that, we are tracing all the products and getting them safely disposed of. In the meantime, if there is any on the market that we haven't been able to get, we are telling the general public that this is the situation. Do not patronize Farmers Deli Vienna meat products.
You just talk about disposal. Let's look at the method being used by the authority. Are you seizing them? Are you which method are you using when you recall these products?
We normally seize and we destroy. We destroy with the people, as in the importers of the products or retailers. They go to the various metropolitan assemblies, metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies. They arrange with them, and then we see to it that they have been destroyed, or we normally term it as safely disposed of, because we don't want a situation where some other scavengers, so to speak, will go in for the products that we seek
and
to
return
destroy.
Back to the market.
Exactly. So we oversee that activity. We make sure that everything is
okay. So the authority is doing that, but
yes,
myself as a consumer, what should I do when I see the Farmers Deli Vienna product? What should I do when I see it on the market?
Quickly report it to the Food and Drugs Authority so that we get to wherever it is. You can also alert the person who is selling it. Maybe the person doesn't know, but if you find one anywhere, just tell the person, this is what FDA is saying. Do not patronize these products, because listeriosis can sometimes even end up in miscarriage in pregnant women.
Really?
So you shouldn't just eat it when it is that the FDA is saying that we are recalling all these products. If you find some anywhere, please let the FDA know as soon as practical.
Okay, let's know the final efforts of the FDA in this particular one in terms of assurance. How should consumers be assured that this product would be off the market totally?
The enforcement department of the FDA is really on its toes. We have our post-market surveillance activities intensified. We have our ports of entry activities also intensified, such that we do not take any of those products into the country. And the ones that are already in, we are seeing to it that we take care of all of them. In the meantime, the other thing is the public education. We want people to know that this is a problem. When they see it, they shouldn't consume. In any case, if you are eating any meat at all, ensure that you heat it or you cook it thoroughly. Because this Listeria monocytogenes that causes listeriosis cannot stand heat.
Okay.
I mean, temperatures about 50 degrees Celsius are lethal to the microorganism, and even the virulence factor or the toxin that it produces also cannot do well. It's very thermolabile.
With this one, I'm sure people will boil the meat till the water
that's one of the things that's actually saving us.
But
in spite
I
of,
understand,
because we even
health-wise, when you overcook,
so the nutritionists are not even happy with that. But from the safety angle, let's do that, because the microorganism of importance here, in this case, Listeria monocytogenes, cannot stand heat.
Well, once you are here, we will not let you go because we are in the festive season, Easter. Let's look at tips for the Easter celebration from the Food and Drugs Authority. What can you tell consumers?
Well, just as I started by the cooking thoroughly, let's maybe talk about the WHO's 5 keys to safer food. The first one being keeping clean. Keeping clean means ensure that you wash your hands before you eat. Yes, there's a festive season. People are all over. People are in Kwewu and all over. And there are parties going on today, tomorrow, and Monday, and all that. Before you start eating, make sure you wash your hands with soap and under running water. People will just see a bowl of fufu and everybody will dip his or her hands in and then recontaminating their hands and cross-contaminating and all that. So we shouldn't do that. We have to ensure that we wash our hands thoroughly with soap and under running water. Whenever you shake somebody, make sure you wash your hands, because you don't know where the person is coming from. Anytime we visit the toilet, you need to wash your hands with soap and under running water. Sometimes, the public places too don't have decent places of convenience. So people just go and then they don't have basins there for washing their hands under running water and all that. Make sure you get some water. Even if it's a cup of water, get someone to pour it over.
What of alerts of expiration of foods on the shelves as well as food storage?
Yeah, well, okay, we will come to that. I thought you even thought because of the parties, because
I'm asking because of the time. Our time is really limited.
Yes, they are, of course, around this time, people might think that they can just cash in by sending in things that are expired and all that. We should be more vigilant. We just don't have to take anything that we see. We have to read the labels. Make sure that you have the best before date on. Make sure you have the name and address of manufacturer. You have certain things on that will tell you that the FDA has registered the product. And as much as possible, even the reheating should be done very, very well, thoroughly. People just end up putting their rice or something, any food, in the frying pan. Just a few minutes or in the microwave, a few seconds. No, if you don't get hungry, eat and get
Okay, we are so grateful for your time this afternoon. And the key word is being vigilant in this festive season. Maria Abat Lovelace Johnson is the head of Food Safety Management Department, Food and Drugs Authority. Well, we're grateful for your time and enjoy your festive season, the holidays. You're watching Midday Live. We'll return shortly with some sports action with Yao Ofusulabi. After this, stay with us.
You're welcome back. This is Midday Live here on TV3. It's time to run by you the latest sports news now. And the Black Queens of Ghana have landed in Nagasaki ahead of the international friendly against Japan on Sunday, the 1st of April 2018. The Wafu Zone B champions began their training in the Japanese city of Nagasaki ahead of the two teams via the 2018 MSAD Nagasaki Stadium there. Ghana are using the friendly to sharpen their skills for the 2018 Africa Cup of Nations later this year in November, and they host the 13th edition of the Total African Women's Cup of Nations. In October last year, the Black Queens were walloped 8-0 by France in a friendly. On to our next story now. Columbus Crew defender Harrison Affo claims they are prepared to face Vancouver Whitecaps later today in the MLS. Affo has been a key for the Blood and Gold, who top the Eastern Conference table, and say they are ready to take all the 3 points later today.
Thanks, Alex. I think we on the right course, and then we're doing pretty well because during last week training. We were told we need numbers in the penalty box and then getting more crosses and then also getting the goals. And then I think we showed that in the game. And then we got 3 goals out of it. So I think preparation has been great, and then we keep working hard every day. Yeah, it has, because he listened a lot, and then I'm really happy for him because to be in another country and then play the MLS, it's not easy. When you don't understand the language and then stuff like that, it's really tough for you. But I think he's a young kid and then he's improved a lot. So I believe he'll have more to give to the club. For me, I'm always prepared. As a professional player, you just don't have to look at one player. It's collectively, and then it's all about the team. So.
As we heard from Harrison Affo, his side Columbus Crew take on the Vancouver Whitecaps later on today in the Major League Soccer. But straight to the Ghana Premier League, and it's match day 4, and the fixtures are as follows right here on our screen. Bechim United take on Ashanti Gold. Ashanti Gold looking to maintain their 100% record in the Ghana Premier League so far. They've played 3 games, they have 9 points, and things are looking up for Ashanti Gold Football Club. Can they do that against Bechim United tomorrow? Only time will tell. But Elmina Sharks will also face Wafa at the Indom Complex. Then Karela Football Club welcome Ebuswan Dwarfs to their stadium there, in Nzema. Then Wa All Stars will take on Brekum Chelsea. Asante Kotoko will welcome 11 Wonders to the Babayara Stadium with a chance of overturning that loss they incurred in Mediama at the Takwa TNA Park there. Also, Indiana Stars will take on Inter Allies Football Club. Hearts of Oak against Dreams FC that is at the Cape Coast Stadium. That should also be one that many will be looking forward to. And Liberty Professionals will also take on Mediama SC. Those are the fixtures there for the Ghana Premier League, I beg your pardon. But the English Premier League fixtures are also as follows there. And all coming on your screen is Crystal Palace against Liverpool. And Crystal Palace leading Liverpool at the moment by 1-0. Luka Milivojevic getting the goal there for Crystal Palace after goalkeeper Loris Karius brought down Wilfred Zaha in the box. But off now is Brighton and Leicester City. They play at 2 o'clock later today. Man United take on Swansea also at 3 p.m. Newcastle United against Huddersfield. Watford will also face Bournemouth in there. Those are the English Premier League fixtures. But tomorrow, the big one is Chelsea against Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur have not won at Stamford Bridge in 28 years. And, it's a chance for them to firm themselves up and also move up into the top 4 and firm a place in the top 4. Chelsea, though, want to move into the top 4 and qualify for the Champions League next season. My name is Yao Ofusulabi. But in our very last story this afternoon, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has arrived in California following his move to MLS club LA Galaxy receiving a hero's welcome. The Swede was met at the Los Angeles airport by both fans and the media and flanked by his car as he drove past, the city for everyone to catch a glimpse of their new signing. So Zlatan Ibrahimovic completed the move and is in Las Vegas, in Los Angeles, I beg your pardon, to sign his contract and stay with the club. So that's all for sports this afternoon. My name is Yao Ofosula with more sports news in our subsequent bulletins. Well, we'll go back to Naneka Mensah Brownpa there for more news.
All right, thank you so much, Yao Ofosula, for that update there. I'm sure your holiday is going well as you're spending it here. I'll wait for you to add that.
Well, it is. It's going pretty well.
Okay, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do some international news now. Right. Why, so in our very first story for the Foreign Front, Nobel Peace Prize winner Malala Yousafzai has returned to her hometown in Pakistan for the first time since she was shot there by the Taliban. Ms. Yousafzai, who now lives in the UK, was shot in the head for campaigning for female education in 2012. Her family's home region of Swat was once a militant stronghold, and she was attacked on a school bus there at 15. It had been unclear if the 20-year-old would visit the area because of security concerns. On Thursday, it was announced that Ms. Yousafzai had returned to Pakistan for the first time since she was attacked. President Donald Trump has told advisors he wants an early exit of U.S. troops from Syria, two senior administration officials said on Friday. This is a stance that may put him at odds with U.S. military officials who see the fight against Islamic State as nowhere near complete. A National Security Council meeting is set for early next week to discuss the U.S.-led campaign against Islamic State in Syria, according to U.S. officials familiar with the plan. Two other administration officials confirmed a Wall Street Journal report on Friday that said Trump had ordered the State Department to freeze more than $200 million in funds for recovery efforts in Syria while his administration reassesses Washington's role in the conflict there. And UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for an independent investigation after Palestinian officials said 16 Palestinians were killed in clashes with Israeli soldiers on Friday. And that will do for the Foreign Front this afternoon. Let's do some entertainment news now. And talking about the Easter fever, well, it seems it's everywhere. So stay safe, don't drink and drive, and be measured in your celebration. Now, those were the wishes of your favorite celebrities as the world observes the Easter festivities.
They causing confusion, and so my baby forgetting my Yasa. What's up, it's your boy Kwame Unike. I'm a rock star, and this Easter, I just want to tell you guys, be safe, take good care of yourself. Go worship God, bless someone, give to the needy, and have fun.
Very good. All the Ghana people, Satan have come to the world to cause something. Kwame Eugene call him. He causing confusion. He causing that time all the people sing about the bush. But that's why God sent Jesus Christ to come and die for my sins and die for your sins. He have come to die. You two, what are you sitting down to do? Go to church and go and please the God. What about that? So please, Merry happy Easter to all the people in the Ghana, and God bless you, okay?
In the cross, it's red. Yo, I want to say big ups, y'all, man. We thank God we are alive. You already know KECHE in the building. Any Easter message?
Charlie, stay safe, and
I know you'll be chilling out there, you driving, take it easy on the road. Charlie, we need you alive, yeah. Chill, you know, have fun, stay with the family, and let's go. We want to see you kicking. Let's go, man. That's why I'm happy Easter to everybody.
Hi everyone, and wishing you a happy Easter. Make sure to stay safe. Don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive. Stay safe, and make sure you also acknowledge the day because it's about it's about Jesus, and have fun as well.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Kim Promise. I want to wish Ghanaians and everyone who loves my music, everyone else, a very, very happy holidays. Enjoy yourselves. Don't drink and drive. Stay safe, and let's celebrate Christ. One love, Kim Promise.
They should continue to spread love, support one another. Hey, they speak English? No. Cut them. My message be saying, make them get love for one another, one human being to another human being. Make we stop to the talk. Now today talk. Now today spoil paying. Yes, spread love. Let love lead.
Want to say that Resta message.
Insta message.
Restam.
No, it's Insta.
Rinsta. It's Rinstam. It is your Rinstam.
Insta message.
Want to say that Rinsta message to all the circumstances and all the consequences of everybody that is in the Accra and in the Ghanaian.
It's Accra, Ghana.
Accra and Ghanaian.
It's Accra, Ghana now.
It's Accra, it's Ghanaian. It's Ghanaian. You should just take the rest of message. God bless you.
All right, so if you're still in Accra, I don't know how the gentleman was trying to pronounce it, and you don't know where to spend the rest of the holidays, well, all traffic leads to Jekiti in the Sojaman district of the Eastern region as Media General takes the Easter experience to a whole new level there. A spirited team of DJs, presenters, technicians, and musicians left Accra for Jekiti on Friday afternoon.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long. Gotta do my hair, I put my makeup.
The DJ is finally here and the track is ready. We all set to move. And it's all about the Onuya FM Jekiti Easter 2018. The first pullover is going to be at Medina Zongo Junction. A lot of people are waiting for us. They'll be on board the track and we'll also be pulling over at Somanya in the Eastern region. Then Bom, also in the Eastern region. Finally at Impoku, that is where the action is. Lots and lot of people. Akwamufie, Chapon, Mamewata, Asikuma, Frankedia, Apekuso, they all coming to join us at Atimpoku. Then we'll have a bash at Akosombo, the lorry park, where majority of the people in Akosombo will also be joining us. Then finally, we take off to Jekiti. But don't forget, we'll stop at Edumasa, where we'll meet Nana and Sakwa. Will also join us. And the big bash itself will be at the Jekiti town tonight. What are you waiting for? If you're watching us, please make sure you hurry up, you join the trail because it's going to be a bang.
Right, so Asempa of Onuya FM has given you all the rundown on where to be this festive season. But from us here in the studio, we say thank you so much for staying with us on Midday Live. There's more on 3news.com, also TV3 Ghana, with more of your comments there on Facebook and Twitter. My name is Nanekia Mensah Brampa. Have a good afternoon and enjoy your holiday.